Okay, in this video we're going to make a snowman. So I've just got some white fondant mixed with some flour and modelling paste. It's about half and half. I'll put links below the description box for where you buy all the materials and things. So we're going to divide it into 3. In fact, we'll just pull off a little bit for the arms and then we'll divide it into 3. So you want a ball for the main body, and they're going to be made up of 3 sections, as is this snowman or snow lady, and a ball for the next one, which is a little bit smaller. Let's see what it looks like if I put it on its side. And then we're going to need a ball for the head. So I haven't divided it very well, I've still got some left over, but that's fine. So I want my head to be a little bit bigger than the other 2, well, than the bit that is below. So if you want to resize, that's fine, just re-roll them. But that's our very basic snowman, snowwoman shape. Okay, so you can stick them, if they stick together just by pushing them, that's fine. If not, you can use a bit of water or a bit of edible glue in between. So once we've got our basic shape, we're going to put some buttons on using black fondant. So we're just going to put one on here, a couple on here. So I've just put some water where I want them to go. I'm just going to roll just a round ball, stick it on. And I will do another video for an even more basic snowman than this one, so you can see what they look like in the different styles. Okay, and for this one we're going to give her 2 eyes using the cocktail stick. So we're going to just poke holes in. I'm going to give her one eye a little bit bigger than the other so that it looks a bit more cartoony. We're going to roll a tiny bit of black fondant and we're just going to drop it in that little hole that we've made just there. And again, this one should be a little bit bigger. It's probably a bit too big. And you're just going to pop that in place like that. Okay, and we're just going to draw the mouth in now with the cocktail stick. Just giving her a bit of a smile. Go up at one side and we'll just put a little line in. Run your cocktail stick through. Try not to drag it, otherwise you'll crease all the icing quite a bit. Okay, so I'm hoping you can see her okay on here. We're going to give her some arms. Now, you can do little twig arms, but you would need to let them dry and then push them in. So we're just going to give her thick snow-like arms. So we're going to start with a ball and we're going to roll it so it's thinner at one end than at the other, like that. And we're just going to attach that on there just by pushing it on like that. And then you can do the same for the other side. Obviously just make sure they're similar in size to each other. Okay, so that's a very basic snowman, and then we can pretty her up. We're going to make this one a lady. So for her cheeks, I've just got a bit of dusty pink rainbow dust. Again, I'll put a link on as to where I get this from. So I'm just going to put it on a dry brush, dab off the extra in the lid. And we're just going to brush her cheeks just a tiny bit. I know snowmen and snow ladies don't really have brushed cheeks, but I think it looks nice. Now, because it's a lady, we'll paint her on some eyelashes and a mouth, or some lips. So I'll get rid of that brush and I'll get a much finer one. So I've got a baby pink one that I'm going to use for her lips. Just taking my brush, I'm going to dip it in with a little bit of the paint. And we're just going to paint her lips on at the top of her mouth and then one below as well. So we'll give her hopefully you can see it on there. If you prefer it without, that's fine. It's just to make her look a bit more ladylike. And then to do some eyelashes. Now my black's a bit messy, so I'll probably make a mess here when I take that lid off. Again, I've just got the licorice black sugar flare one. I'll put links in the description box for where you can get them from. Okay, so again, just a little bit on my brush. I think we'll give her some eyelashes and also maybe some eyebrows. I know snowmen don't really have eyebrows, but just some little ones, just gives her more of an expression. Okay, and then we're gonna paint some little flicks on either side. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Okay, just makes it look a little bit more ladylike. Then we need to work out what hat and scarf to give her. If you prefer her without hat and scarf, you can leave her without. I quite like her without actually, although she's quite plain without. So just make sure they stand upright as well. Okay, so I've just got some pink fondant. It's started to dry up a little bit because I didn't close the bag properly that it was in. Keep it ladylike and keep her very pink. So what we're going to do is for the hat, we're just going to pinch off a small amount that we're going to flatten. Not fully flatten, but we're going to try and flatten it kind of more on the edges and leave it just a tiny bit bulky at the top. Not by much. And we're just going to see if that fits onto her head. Okay. Again, just using a bit of water. I'm going to stick that on. Ooh. Like so. Okay, and what I'm going to do is put a little bit of water all the way around the edge of that pink bit that we've just stuck on, and I'm going to roll a long length of the pink, and we're going to roll it out to flatten it a little bit. Now if you want to cut it to make sure it's an exact even length, that's fine, you can do that. And what we're going to do then is just put it around that edge of the pink hat that we've put on. So we've just pinched it off at the back, pushing it down, like so. If you want to put some lines in so it looks a bit more hat-like, just use your cocktail stick to pop your lines in, like so. Just being careful not to squash your figure while you're doing it. If you find that your figure does squash a little bit too much, just when you're making it, add a bit more flour and gum paste to it. Okay, so now she just wants a little pom-pom for the top. I'm not going to make it too big in case it ends up a bit heavy because we don't want it to pull our head backwards. So we're just going to put it in the centre of that hat, or slightly above the centre actually, so it's nearer the top of her head because I don't want it to drop backwards. Okay, so that's on there like that. Now for a scarf, I'm not going to wrap it all the way around her neck. What I'm going to do is just roll some thin fondant, and we're going to cut 2 little pieces that we're going to stick on. So I'll just have a look size-wise what they look like. Maybe a tiny bit big. So we'll make one a bit smaller, that one a bit smaller, and then shorten them a little bit. A lot of it is trial and error when you're doing things, you know, don't stick it on, check what it looks like, and then when it looks okay you can stick it on. So I'll move her to a side. And what I'm going to do is just put a little bit of water to one side of under her head, and we're just going to push those 2 pieces on like so, and then what we'll do is roll a small little ball that we'll just put, or you can make it a square shape if you prefer to have it square, or even oval, and we'll just put that at the top like that. Okay, so there it is, a really simple snowman, snow woman. I'll do a different version as well, then you can see what they look like, where the body's a little bit different, but again, it'll just be an easy video. Thank you for watching.
If you liked this video and would like to see more, please click on the images of the other videos suggested. Also, please do subscribe to my channel using the button at the bottom right hand corner of the screen. You can also visit my cake website and my Facebook page to see more cakes and ideas.